Hello, all of you Vainglorious, you wonderful people, and welcome back to City Skylines Part 2 in our newest town, currently called Vainglory, but I'm sure Twitch will probably have something to say about that. Of course, you guys can change it here on YouTube as well. All you have to do is leave a comment, and if I really like the suggestion, well then, by all means, we'll change it. But, I want Vainglory because of Vainglorious, you get it. What we're doing here for about the first 5 minutes of the video is just a bunch of sped up footage. About 25 minutes of actual in-game time shrunk down to 5 minutes. But I didn't want to do a whole video on setting up this area because it's not really city growth. What it is, though, is a lot of high attractive items for tourism, but then it's also a lot of items that are required for the Eden project. Because when we hit 70 or 80,000, we will be able to build that. And I always like having the Eden project. So I wanted to get kind of a central area that runs down the middle of this section that is all tourist oriented, and then that'll really help out commercial and hopefully give us some commercial happiness in this area because they'll have a lot of tourists coming over here spending dollars. I may create a couple of little zones so that they build hotels and things, and maybe even a couple leisure zones, so they tend to build really short buildings for leisure, so we may do just a few of those. But it'll help out commercial quite a bit to have all of the tourist attraction type things over this direction. It didn't really raise city attractiveness up a huge amount, but it did give it a good bump, and I think we'll see over time an increase in tourism. Right now, of course, our tourism only comes in via one intercity bus terminal and a train, and that's it. But just getting all this zoned in, putting down all these different parks. I've got one that is still required, the Statue of Industry. But I wanted to go ahead and move over here to the residential side. I had to reconfigure my roundabouts because I had been messing with them and then completely forgot that I was going to connect a road to this one. And now I'm going to have to fix that again when we go back into live gameplay, if I remember, because it won't be set up properly. Struggled a lot with this road. I wanted this first bit to be just really close together on the zoning before it went into the curve without any of those gaps. And I didn't want them to be uneven, and it took a while. Every time I would connect the curve, it would create little uneven bits. So I finally just went out two and then was like, whatever, that's good enough. And then we're going to have a little bit that goes right in along through there, and then I'm just going to zone at the end. Fairly grid layout, but not 100% grid. It's a big city area. This is all going to be high rises. I may do a high rise band right here against the water, but the rest of it will all be full high rises, full high density type stuff. I just think it might look a little nice to have like low density up against the water. So that you can like get a view of the water from more of the town. I don't think, the little people who live in City Skylines really care about any of that, but I do. So I am a bit concerned about traffic in this area because it's not the best as far as the layout, so we may have to reconfigure a lot of the roads later. But that's a problem for future, Brandon. Unpaused to see what the noise was like, and then everybody started complaining about water, so I ran in my water lines. What I didn't do, though, is run water for the residential area, so we'll have to do that when we go into live gameplay here in about a minute. The last thing that we're going to do, I was just looking at the attractiveness there, is we're going to throw in a tram line, or a trolley line as I call them. And I kind of wanted it over here to the edge, not right up against the road, so I was just seeing how big it is. And then we're putting it there. Had a little bit of issue getting the road to upgrade and connect. It just didn't want to cross that 4-lane avenue for some reason, even though that's totally a thing that's possible. And then once I got it to cross, then it said that the train line or the tram line wasn't connected. So I just had to bulldoze the whole thing. And then it just get it around that way. We do have one way partially around the park. We may do one way around this whole loop. I'm not 100% certain yet, but we'll have to take a look at it. But it can kind of function as a roundabout. Carrying it on over to the residential section, it is going to cross the river just a little bit, so I can get a few stops over here and get people moved over. So let's jump into live gameplay. So we're back in. We're live now. This is all happening right in front of your very eyes, and yeah, I didn't fix up the roundabout. So, boop, do that, and then I don't want that outer lane going straight. There we go. So that takes care of the roundabout, and then we just need to get some water in for these guys. So let's just follow the river here, and then see what we need to do after that. Because that should get a big chunk of it by doing that. See, like, most of this is covered. We just have a little section there. Let's come in this way, get that covered. And then if I bring this in up this way, we can get that bit covered. And wonderful. The only other thing we need now are the services. And I think we'll just go ahead and jump to our larger buildings for this. The big hospital and all of that. Because if I put like a big hospital in, man, look at that. It covers almost the whole area. In fact, if I put it back here, I think it will cover the whole area. And this will do a nice thing for us in that it will fill the gap by the roundabout, even though it's on that side road. So that's kind of handy. And then we want a nice big fire station as well. This one is a little smaller. I was kind of hoping that it could go right there. It could if this road didn't come out so far. So what we'll do is we'll fix that road in a minute. Oh no, it's going to intersect with that. Okay. Oh, no, this one can go in there. Do I really want that right off the roundabout for a fire station? They don't get a whole lot of actual traffic like stopping there, so I think it'll be okay. And then we'll bring this right up as far as we can go there for the hospital. Perfect. And then we just need our police station. Does that get good coverage, the whole area? Yep, sure does. And then we probably ought to throw in some death care while we're at it. Bring out your dead, etc., etc. Let's see. How much coverage do you provide, friend? A little gap over there to the side and over here as well, but overall not too shabby, so I think we'll be okay. And then my nearest elder care is there. That gets almost all of it. So maybe when we start building over here, we'll do elder care and child care again. So that gets all of that in. What I want to do real quick is put in the tram stops. I know I want one that kind of just like does a thing around the park here and through these areas. I'll stay there. There you go. That way we don't have to put buses here, and that'll just be a loop that just runs there. And then what we'll do is have another loop that goes, let's see, if I have it go here, I'd want it to go out in that way, wouldn't I, and come back around. Yeah. So let's start it like here. There's a bus stop right there. And then bring it down. Come on. This is a tram road, right? Why are you not letting me come down this way? Okay, it can't go right by the bus stop. That's fine. That's okay. There we go. I am a little concerned about noise in this area because the trams do make a little bit of noise, but I think it'll be okay. And then we'll share that stop. And then do I want one out here, like in the middle of the road? Not really. We'll just have a loop right there. Cool. And then that will get that area covered. And then what we can do for the rest of this is, like over here in residential, we can have just like a bus route that kind of does a thing. All three of these connect there? It does. So, like, that to there. And then up in here. Doesn't connect to that road. It does connect to this one. And then, is that all I want it to do? Is just that? I don't think so. Let's have it come over here by, like, the hospital. And then down here to this road. Down here. Yeah, it's a good spot. And then back over. and wrap up. Is that going to loop in on itself? A little, but not too bad. I can live with it. So that'll get us a nice bus line in. While we're at it, let's just go ahead and tell it it's biofuel. That way it will just stay with biofuel. So I think we're ready to unpause and start zoning some stuff in here. So let's do it. We have a huge need, first of all, for our residential. So as I mentioned, I want to do right up here against the water a no high-rises thing. Let's just keep that on that side of the road. Just this section. It is all going to be high density, but I just want this to not have high-rises right here. And then over here, we'll do like a little leisure area. That'll be the smaller commercial buildings. And then over here in like this area, we'll do a tourism focused area. Let's just get this to come out here. Just like that. And like that. Just try to catch this road to clean it up nice and straight. There, and that one will be tourism. So let's set those. This one, tourism. This one, leisure. And then this Prospect Hills policies. We want to go city planning and high-rise band. This will not build high-rises because the leisure that we put on there, which, yeah, there it is up there, leisure. That doesn't build high-rises usually, and if it starts to, well, then we'll deal with that. So, big residential demand. I had already unpaused, so I don't know why I just did it again. Don't want low density, my bad. Glad somebody didn't start building there. Let's speed up time here so we can start getting these people moving in. See what this does to our demand. I think it's about as far as I want to go that direction. I'm not going to build on this side of the road just yet because I don't know how that's going to wind up being zoned in. Oh, I didn't put schools in. We're probably going to need 2 elementary schools over here because of the number of people that'll be living here. But we should be able to get away with 1 high school. So real quick, we'll throw in our playgrounds next to our elementary schools. Where's that? There it is. Can you fit right there, champ? Nope. Champ? Where did that come from? So, and then these guys for the high school. Ooh, tight fit right here. That works. Oh, we've got a bus stop right by the high school. That's cool. High school, that's cool. You there, little one there. And that's all right there. I do want to go on that side of the road. I want to go on that side of the road as well, but then I'm going to cut it back away from that roundabout in a minute. And this should, yeah, good. It has absolutely killed our demand for residential. And so what I'm going to do is just grab this right here and dezone that, and then dezone just right there, and that should be good for us. And then over here, I'm going to go ahead and do the high density. Again, should be all small buildings. Actually, no. Here. There we go. I may do a high-rise band here, actually. Yes. So I am going to do some offices here as well. So let's do a high-rise band. So that area can't build high-rises. The rest of the city can. Because we are going to do a little bit of office space. We will eventually have demand for that. Right now we don't. But it will pop in. Trust me, I'm a professional. So we're going to kind of do that in both those edges, just to act as a noise buffer. And this will be just standard commercial here with our tourist commercial back here. We'll zone that in and then see how badly we've killed demand. We do have our tram going around. Let's follow that real quick while, while we're waiting for people to move in. I'd kind of like to see if we can't get our population to double. That's my hope with this massive residential expansion. Of course, we've got autosave kicking in. For some reason on this map, autosave takes forever. So the tram just scoots right along in a little loop for the tourists. And of course, some residents will ride it as well. But for the most part, this should be a touristy type thing. I am thinking about doing a bus line straight off of the main bus stop, straight over here and straight back. In fact, let's do that. I don't want to follow you anymore. My bad. There we go. Let's do that right now. I'm thinking of it. Where are you? Where are you? You're over here somewhere. Right, I think we have, yeah, we've got one extra spot. It's literally just going to come over here. And then it's going to come down. I'd like it to share a stop with this. So I guess, that's right, you can't have it right on one. So we'll do like right there. And then literally straight back. So it's just kind of like, I guess I could run it by the train station too, couldn't I? Yeah. That way, both sets of tourists have a way to get over to that tourist area. And that should give us all biofuel buses. I don't know that we're going to need 11 buses on that. We'll see what happens with it. And of course, we've got this other tram line running over here, which is actually doing all right for passengers. I mean, it's not quite half full, but for as small as the town is, that's not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. It does stop in the middle of the road, which, it could be a problem. It might not be. This is residential. If I did my mass transit well, then it won't be a problem. And then this is the shared stop, right? Yeah, this is its shared stop. Then it's going to jump back out and across the river here. And now it gets its own little dedicated lane. Though here it has to cross traffic, yeah. So yeah, we're getting some decent rider numbers on it. Nothing astronomical, nothing to get too excited about, but not shabby either. Kind of surprised actually that we're getting a good 20 and 25 with every single stop. I didn't think we would have that many people riding it just yet. So cool. So let's take a look at that. How many people are riding that every week? Wow, this one is rather popular. I don't know that it needs all 6 vehicles, but 200 people already on that one, 100 already on this one. So cool. That's really awesome. And then our newest bus lines are going to be, which two? Come on, show me my bus lines. Let's zoom out here so I can see them a little better. So we've got this green one, which is this guy. Not a huge demand on that one just yet. But then we've got the one that goes out and around, and it is, what, not brown. What color is it? I think red. It's some sort of reddish color. Let's see if we can't isolate it here. Well, it may be rather busy. Oh no, I passed it. Oh, there it is. No, it's not very popular at all. Not yet. Oh, wait, I take that back. There's a lot of people waiting to get on. Of course, these are, just the 3 stops. So that should be, the bus station itself. This should be over here, and then this should be the train station. Yep. So cool. So we've got a lot of people waiting to get on the bus at the bus stop itself. And then not as many people wanting to come back just yet. And not as many wanting to come from the train either. Wow, that's a lot of people. There's a lot of buses getting bunched up over there. What's going on with our bus traffic? Oh, it's zipping. Oh, that's what's going on with our bus traffic. Yeah, this entrance hasn't been working out the best. Occasionally, it'll flow fine. Like, see, it starts moving, but then you get some dingus that decides they want to be in the inside lane, and it causes all kinds of problems. What I think I might do is disable this middle lane from turning, and then just letting them select which lane they want. That way, it'll just flow off of here. The only reason I did that so that they could turn from here is so this inside lane would have a shot at getting in. Because we were backing up onto the highway for a while. But I'm thinking now because this isn't moving, that we might have to reevaluate that because we're getting this problem. So let's take a look at just the traffic in general and see if we can't make it better. So look, you can go there or there. Pick your lane. And then we don't have to tell those other two where they can go. They'll figure it out. Yeah, I'll tell you where you can go. So if they're wanting to go left, they should get, yeah. No? Okay, yeah, no. Pick your lane and stay in it, man. I'm serious about this. So here, look, pick your lane. Pick your lane there, too. And hopefully that will get us past an autosave. Is that why we're crawling here? That was weird. That wasn't an autosave. What? Maybe it was, and I just didn't catch it while it was up. See, that's keeping this part flowing a lot better, but it's forcing everybody into that outside lane, so now we're getting back up all the way over to here. I wonder if there's not a way. There really isn't, because I built this road right here so close. I was wondering if we could do like a little underpass to get the buses to kind of cheat and go this way. But I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. Though, you know what? Now that it's been flowing for a minute, it's starting to clear up. I think what I need to do is I am doing that. Tell these guys to yield as well. So these guys can all go straight through. Everybody else has to yield. What I'm worried, though, is that we're then going to get... Yeah, so we've already got a bit of a traffic jam back this way. So I can't really do that. Yeah, you can keep going through as well. Yeah, definitely won't work. It looks like the majority of people are wanting to go straight. Very few turn left right there. So I could just ban left-hand turns, make the right lane rights only, and the left lane straight through. And that might get us some more cars moving through here. Okay, so a guy turned left. 2 guys turned left. Oh, they could be women. I'm just saying guys, you know, generic guys. Yeah, this is not the best. We've got the buses, for some reason, coming out that way and then getting all bunched up and cramming through each other. This side cleared up and this cleared up, but this is just not good. Not good at all. I mean, look at the industry area. It's just choked. So let's see if we can't give the industry a little relief by doing a little thing here. Pause for just a minute. And bring, for some reason, my snapping wasn't on. Bring that right there. And see if that doesn't help out any. Because what it might do is that, yeah, the traffic wanting to go here is getting off this intersection, so that might help this flow a little bit better. Because they're turning here now if they want to export, it looks like, instead of coming here and then coming back up and getting in the way. And as long as they keep yielding, which are they? I don't see a whole lot of yielding happening here. It should be. But it doesn't seem like they are. I mean, that doesn't look like yielding to me. That looks like forcing my way through because I'm a big truck. Yeah, this is not good. This is all backed up, and I need it to not be all backed up. Is there a way around this? What are you? I take gadgets. I bet you anything my traffic's like 70-something% right now. Yep. I'm getting good at just like eyeballing it and being like, yeah, my traffic's around 73 or 82 or... But yeah, coming into the freight terminal here and coming back out of it, it's just so much traffic. Are we importing or exporting? we're importing quite a bit. So I could take care of some of that traffic by adding more industry to the map. That would help greatly. By the way, I can't remember if this area had already been built up or if I did it after a stream or after a video, but I did put some stuff over here on this little island. And they seem to like it, even though it's pretty far away from everything. What I'm thinking is that over here, while we've got a big hole, we don't have enough people thing, is that over here we might be able to get in the little fishing industry. I don't know what type of fish we have around. Anchovies. And then we could run one up there for some salmon. And that would be at least a start to the fishing industry. And then we could do like the fish market, kind of like out here at the edge of it. And it would be right there close to where the fish are. But I don't know how much noise these make. How much noise do you make? Actually, not too bad. We could probably do that. I wish it showed me how big the radius was for the noise. Like, because this guy clearly shows you his noise radius. It's that inner circle. I don't know what the outer circle is, though. The area that it serves? Like, where people will come from to shop at it? I truly don't know the answer to that question. I'm going to have to do some research on that. So yeah, I'm not 100% certain. I'm kind of shocked about these guys not getting enough workers. I mean, unemployment's 4%. I guess we could go ahead and start expanding this area. I'm almost thinking this should be 4-lane on the edge. And then it goes into a 2-lane. We may as well do it now before it gets... We can just have it start 4-lane here. And to make it fit without getting rid of any of these buildings, we're just going to use this skinny one here on this part. And then here we'll pick up with the nice pretty one. And I want that to be 90 degrees and just come way on out here. Like that. And then we're just going to kind of plan here. These aren't going to be permanent roads. It's going to be planner roads to kind of help me see where I want my next 4-lane to be. Because I want to do like something that's about a 3x3 here. Like that. And then that means the next road will go here. And then do the same thing again. Just to plan it out. And then we'll delete these side roads and do the same thing going the other direction so that we get some squares that are roughly the same size. Cool. And then we'll come in here and chow those out. And then go back to this road. And get the same idea. Once I know how big my square needs to be, then I can just, you know, go off of that. Ooh, I'm hoping that matches up perfect. Right there. It does not. Well, guess whose road's going away? You have a bus route on you, though. Alright, we'll fix it here in a minute. So I'd rather this be a proper intersection. So give me this now and then straight through like that. Sorry about all your houses, folks. And then zone that, but then I have to move the park, the high school, and the tennis courts. And then dezone that, rezone that, dezone that, because that'll all be one big area. Let's dezone that whole thing. Get all those houses to go away. And then we'll rezone it right back in once they're gone. I just want them to build the biggest building possible. Like there as well. We need to get rid of that. Come on, get rid of your house. Go. Eminent domain, bitch. Uh, Mayor tears down everybody's house because he didn't place the road right the first time. Scandal. And then that should be about the same there. If it's not exact, I'm not going to get upset. 1, 2, it's almost exact, actually. Yeah, so that works. Okay, so get rid of that. And then over here, what I want to do is just bring one off of here. Because then, what I want to do, see how long this is. This is very loud thunderstorm is what this is. What, there? Hold on. Let's run this up. So, 3360 is our answer. That road does not want to go in fine. Alright, well, again, we can just get rid of a road. So what we can do is put a roundabout there, maybe, if we need one. So then, get rid of that. So 3360, and right over. And on this one, at 3360, isn't going to be quite good enough, but it's fine. Be a gap. So let's get a couple more residential zoned areas in here. Let's come in on this one. Like, where is my middle? There's not really an exact middle. So there's 1, 2 that way. There's 1, 2 that way. Okay, so let's see. It would be 2460, so 1230 would be my middle point. Which I bet I don't have a 1230. So that's going to be close enough to middle right there for my purposes. I'm just going to run that through there. Bring it all the way out to right there. And then about the middle here. Actually, no, let's just go with our spacing that we had, because we know it's pretty close to accurate. There we go. And then we'll connect it. We'll go ahead and let them connect there. Out there. Oh yeah, that reminds me. There were a few places that I forgot to put pathways in. Trust me, you can do that. There you go. I want them to be able to walk through there. Not out that way, though, because that's a state highway. And there's no sidewalks on it. This guy out here, it may change into something else later, but for now, that suits our purposes. And this got its road deleted earlier. It's going to turn Anarchy on real quick to connect it. There we go. Its little pathway got deleted when I was upgrading the road. Can I have that node just to make this look a little better? Thank you very much. And then where else? Where else? Where else? Let's connect a path right here. Just like that. Perfect. Beautiful. And then maybe one that goes in right here. Yeah, you can go behind the tennis court. You'll be fine. Oh, I guess we're going there. Okay, that's fine. We'll just have 2 smaller houses there. Basically, I'm just trying to make sure they can get out to the different roads easier. No. Go between those 2 houses. There you go. Is that connected? Yes. That one connected. That one is already connected to a road. That all connects there, so I don't need to worry about that. They can walk through there and come back up through there. Cool. Awesome. So we'll put one there. And then one that goes like there. Since we don't want to go over the roundabout. Come on, build it. Build it. Thank you. Autosave. And then do one there. And do one there. Turn the anarchy back off. Get the water pipes out. And just do this whole thing real quick. I don't know why it's not snapping to the grid. But whatever. And we should just be able to run down this center road and get, yep, the whole thing. Cool, awesome. So we want to need some more schools because we are already right on the edge. Elementary is doing okay, so maybe just one elementary like there. But we are definitely going to need another high school here. Like there. So let's get in our parks for our schools. And I just took the time and realized this video is going long. So let's zone this in. We may wind up with a roundabout here, but for now, I'm just going to leave it alone. And boom. And definitely didn't double. I was really hoping we would double in size. What we didn't do was take into account our garbage. I don't have these guys yet. 18,000 people. This will make my life so much simpler to have the waste transfer. So I have the capacity. We're only generating 106, and we've got a capacity for 144. So I think it's just that the trucks are struggling to get all the way over here. Hopefully they'll figure that out soon. I see some going by. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they'll get it. And then eventually I can go to these waste transfer facilities. They don't pollute at all. Well, a little bit, but not nearly as much as these guys do. And the noise pollution is higher, but you can just kind of like branch off a little road. Like, I could easily just like bring one back here and kind of hide it behind some trees, and no one will complain. So I think it's looking pretty good. You guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. And until next time, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.